Every weapon in Kill Bill tells a story. Look, Tarantino didn't just grab random guns and swords off a shelf for his revenge saga. The man chose each piece of steel to say something specific about whoever's holding it. So today we're breaking down every firearm and blade that actually matters across both Kill Bill films. Starting with number 10, we got the Mossberg 500 shotgun. This pump-action 12-gauge, it's just sitting there behind Larry's desk. You know, the strip club owner who treats Bud like garbage in Volume 2. You can spot it by the magazine tube cap. That's your telltale Mossberg 500 right there. Even sleazy bosses running desert strip clubs keep shotguns handy in Tarantino's universe. It's the kind of background detail that makes you feel how far Bud has fallen working for this loser. Number 9 takes us to the sawed-off Remington 870. There's this flashback motel scene where assassin Karen Kim confronts Beatrix with this nasty little piece. The Remington 870. Basically America's most common pump shotgun, except Karen's version got the hacksaw treatment, pistol grip, shortened barrel, the works. Picture this: professional killer, motel hallway, weapon designed for maximum damage at point-blank range. That's the image Tarantino wanted burned in your brain. At number 8, here come the M4A1 carbines from the Two Pines Chapel massacre. The deadly Viper assassination squad rolls up with these rifles to turn Beatrix's wedding rehearsal into a bloodbath. These black rifles. They're anonymous modern violence, simple as that. Total opposite of those personal, honorable sword fights we get later. The M4A1S transform what should have been this beautiful celebration into a straight-up execution. And Tarantino keeps coming back to this image in both films because, well, it's literally why Beatrix wants everyone dead. Number 7 is the Heckler & Koch PSG-1 sniper rifle. But here's the thing, it's in the anime sequence. Young O-Ren Ishii's origin story shows her using this West German semi-automatic sniper rifle for this ice-cold assassination. The PSG-1's got that super distinctive elongated receiver and scope setup. You'd recognize it anywhere, even as a cartoon. Production IG, the anime studio? These guys are obsessed with getting weapons right, and picking this exact rifle tells you everything about O-Ren's precision before Lucy Liu even shows up. Coming in at number 6, the Desert Eagle 50 AE tears through that same anime sequence. O-Ren gets her hands on this chrome hand cannon, and the violence gets ridiculous. The Desert Eagle's got that massive square slide and those angular barrel flats that just pop in animation. Honestly, most over-the-top handgun you could possibly pick, perfect for the insane violence of the anime section. Those 50 Action Express rounds this monster fires, some of the most powerful pistol ammo on the planet. Number 5 belongs to Vanita Green's Walther PPK / that she hid in the cereal box. Middle of their suburban kitchen throwdown, Copperhead yanks this stainless steel pistol from a Kaboom cereal box and pops off at Beatrix. The PPKIS is actually the slightly longer gripped version of James Bond's piece. Think about it, hiding a Cold War spy pistol in breakfast cereal. Pure Tarantino comedy gold, showing how Vanita buried her assassin past under all that soccer mom nonsense. The gun literally tumbles out with Kaboom branding everywhere, turning product placement into this brilliant visual joke. Number 4, Bud's double-barrel shotgun loaded with rock salt. Beatrix creeps into his trailer. Boom! Bud blasts her with this 12-gauge, both barrels straight to the chest. Rock salt rounds. Movie magic for causing ungodly pain without actually killing someone, which means Bud gets to torture Beatrix and still bury her alive later. Watch him casually pop those shells and reload after. It's cruelty pretending to be mercy, totally fits Bud, who's basically given up on life, but kept all his nastiness. Number 3 is where things get interesting. The Starfire Star M45 with that custom extended barrel. This is Beatrix's gun in Volume 2. You see it when she's creeping through Bill's place and in those pregnancy flashbacks. The Firestar M45. Spanish-made compact piece chambered in 45 ACP. Production team slapped on a longer barrel than normal. Standards about 3.8 inches. So now you got this weird profile where the barrel sticks out past the slide. This thing weighs over 2 pounds, even though it's compact, feels dense, feels serious. 6+1 capacity means you're not spraying bullets everywhere, every shot has to matter. That extended barrel helps the blanks cycle better on set, plus gives cinematographers this strong line to follow in close-ups. Number 2, Bill's EMF Hartford Pinkerton revolver. This nickel-plated single-action army-style piece in .45 long Colt. This gun is Bill across both movies. The Pinkerton model rocks these specific bird's head grips carved from pearl. EMF stands for Early and Modern Firearms, by the way. They make reproductions of the classic Colt 1873 pattern. Volume 1 shows it as part of Bill's whole mystique thing. But check this out, Volume 2. Prop department added this custom muzzle device that looks like a brake or fake suppressor. Completely changes the gun's whole look, mixes Old West vibes with modern tactical stuff. Prop Store actually documented the real screen-used Hero pistol with all these details. Single action mechanism means you're manually cocking that hammer every single shot. Super deliberate, never rapid. It's basically jewelry that murders people, exactly right for a philosophical killer who thinks violence is art. Number 1 has to be the Hattori Hanzo swords, because these blades basically are the entire saga. Let me break down who's got what and why you should care. First thing, Hattori Hanzo, that Sonny Chiba, hadn't made a sword for 28 years. Guy swore off making killing tools completely. He only breaks this promise to forge one blade so Beatrix can kill Bill. This makes her sword basically Excalibur, not just sharp, but righteous as hell. The bride's Hanzo sword, they made tons of versions for different shots. Prop Store sold one screen-used version with a resin blade painted to look metal for stunt safety. Actual metal fittings, including this matte black tsuba, which is the handguard, and a black bamboo scabbard sporting the Hanzo emblem. Handles got white resin wrapped with black leather cord, gold decorative elements hiding underneath. The scabbard's got this gold-colored aluminum decoration that mimics a hammer, which on a real blade would be the temper line. Black and yellow color scheme. Matches Beatrix's tracksuit perfectly. Visual continuity right there. Bill already had a Hanzo sword from way before the swordsmith made his vow. This tells you Bill's connected to the ancient world of these weapons. His whole reverence thing for sword culture shows when he's training Beatrix with Pai Mei. Replica versions Prop Store sold have these devil or Oni face emblems on the scabbard, though honestly those are merchandise details, not confirmed from the actual hero props. Bud's sword creates maybe the best character moment in the whole thing. He tells everyone he pawned his Hanzo blade for $250, which completely horrifies Bill. But later, turns out Bud does have a katana. When Beatrix checks it out, she reads this inscription out loud. "To my brother Bud, the only man I ever loved, Bill." This inscription's right there in the movie's dialogue. They even put it on official replica swords. The lie about pawning it shows how much Bud hates himself and how he completely wasted Bill's love. L. Driver throws down with a katana Beatrix instantly knows is Hanzo steel. Movie never shows Hanzo making this sword after his vow though, so it's probably an existing blade from the old days, likely from Bill's collection. Ella uses it to mess with Beatrix's head, bragging about killing their master Pai Mei, saying she'll kill Beatrix with her own sword. The Hanzo blade becomes this status symbol Elle totally doesn't deserve, fake credentials for someone with zero honor. Production used multiple versions of every sword because, surprise, you don't swing actual sharp steel at actors during crazy fight scenes. Auction paperwork shows they used resin-bladed stunt swords plus dull metal training swords called Ayaito. These aluminum alloy blades look perfect on camera, make the right metal sounds, but won't accidentally kill anyone. Art department would paint on details, wrap cords, add emblems to create that finished look. Beyond the main players, the Crazy 88 gang and O-Ren's bodyguards carry all kinds of katanas, wakizashis, and tantos. These shorter Japanese blades work as choreography props for the House of Blue Leaves massacre. Creating this forest of steel, Beatrix has to slice through. They're not Hanzo swords because they don't need that legendary weight. They're just sharp problems between Beatrix and her revenge. Every single weapon reflects character and theme. Vernita hides Bond's gun in Serial because she's hiding her killer past in suburbia. The Vipers grab M4 rifles for the wedding because it's impersonal execution, total opposite of honorable combat. Bill's revolver gets that custom muzzle device in Volume 2 because he's old school trying to stay relevant. Beatrix packs a Spanish .45 because she's practical and dead serious. Bud loads rock salt because he's cruel but conflicted. The swords go way deeper though. Hanzo's steel becomes the moral compass for both films. Who deserves these weapons? Who betrays their meaning? Who can actually wield them with real honor? That's why Beatrix's scabbard shows off the Hanzo emblem. Why Bill treats swords like holy relics. Why Elle's blade is this empty credential she'll never earn. And why Bud's inscription exposes the love he just threw away. Tarantino pulled these weapons from everywhere. Spaghetti westerns, samurai films, Hong Kong action, grindhouse revenge flicks. But he didn't just copy stuff, he mixed it all together. Chrome Desert Eagle in anime. That's honoring Japanese animation's obsession with huge guns. The PSG-1 sniper rifle nods to that detailed weapon worship in movies like Ghost in the Shell. The Bird's Head Pinkerton revolver, straight from Western mythology but modernized with tactical accessories. Even the Walther in Serial connects suburban America to international espionage. The actual props tell production stories too. That extended barrel on Beatrix's Firestar helps blanks cycle properly, gives better framing for close-ups. Resin stunt swords could take beating after beating without hurting actors. Painted metallic finishes and dressed-up fittings kept the illusion alive while keeping everyone safe. They made multiple versions of every hero weapon for different shots, beauty close-ups, action sequences, blood effects, you name it. Technical accuracy, Tarantino and his crew were obsessed. The Internet Movie Firearms database documents every gun with frame-perfect screenshots. Prop store and heritage auctions give crazy detailed descriptions of screen-used pieces with full documentation. Even the anime gets weapon operation right, from the half lockback on those Norinco Type 54s to the massive kick of the Desert Eagle. These weapons don't just kill characters, they communicate ideas about honor, betrayal, tradition, justice. They show us who these people really are beyond what they're saying. They turn violence into visual poetry, whether that's the clinical precision of a sniper rifle or the passionate arc of a katana swing. In Tarantino's hands, or really in his character's hands, weapons become words in this whole language of revenge. Here's the genius part though, this language totally works for everyone. You don't need to know Bill's gun is specifically an EMF Hartford Pinkerton to get that his nickel-plated revolver says romantic outlaw all over it. You don't need to recognize the Firestar M45 to feel Beatrix switching from swords to guns for her final showdown. The specificity rewards obsessive fans while the visual storytelling connects with everybody. This weapon attention extends throughout everything Tarantino makes. But Kill Bill, this is the peak. Every gun has purpose, every sword carries meaning. From those anonymous rifles destroying a wedding to that personally inscribed blade revealing a brother's love, these weapons are characters themselves. They got histories, they make statements, they demand respect. In a film about revenge, they're the punctuation marks in this blood-soaked sentence that takes 2 whole movies to finish. Next time you watch Kill Bill, really notice how each weapon shows up at the perfect moment. The suburban mom pulls her spy pistol from Serial when she's cornered. The fallen brother aims rock salt when he could have used lead. The snake running everything carries a cowboy gun with a modern twist. And above it all, those swords forged by a master who broke his vow for justice, just waiting to settle every score. That's not props, people. That's poetry in steel.